Of all the Beyblade X releases, the crown for the most underwhelming might just have to go to Yell Kong. A Hasbro exclusive released back in August 2024, this bay just never had much going for it. So much so that this is one of the only Hasbro exclusives not to get a re-release from Takara Tomy. I want to take a look at this underrated bay and see if the community was fair in writing it off, or maybe there's some hidden potential. Let's see if we can make Yell Kong strong. To start, let's take a look at the stock combo and see what we're working with. The blade here is a retool of Gale Wyvern, a stamina type that sadly got overshadowed pretty early on. The design of the blade is pretty cool. I like the gorilla motif for the chip, and I really like the gorilla faces in the blade. I think that's just a really nice touch. The round design of this blade is really good for stamina and defense, and those slopes allow it to get under another blade and destabilize it. The major issue that holds this blade back is the weight. Sadly, this is quite light, with my one weighing in just a little over 31 grams, which really undercuts the attack potential. Next up is the ratchet. 360 is one that you're going to come across a lot, which is a good thing because it's a solid ratchet. It's at a low height, has good burst resistance, good balance, and it fits almost any bay. Honestly, there's not much to say here, it's just a really good part. It might actually be the best part in the set. Finally, we have the bit, which is Gear Ball, and this is where things start to fall apart. Ball is a fantastic bit. It glides around the stadium nicely and it maintains spin really well. However, when you add gears to that, now it can interact with the extreme line a lot easier. Meaning this thing is going to hit multiple extreme dashes, all of which drain stamina. I really like the concept of the gear bit, but with such a light weight and not much attack potential, it's just not a great fit here. So I think I can do a bit better. Starting off, I want to address the weight. So we'll be focused on the 5, 6 and 7 sided ratchets, mostly because these are usually the heaviest. Next, we're throwing away Gear Ball and we're going to try it out on some defensive bits. I saw this thing tank some pretty big hits from Phoenix Wing, so I think there's potential here. Hexa was my first choice here as it is a mix between stamina and defense, but after a little bit of testing, I decided to lean more into defense and go with Wedge. The only thing left to decide was the height of the ratchet. Originally I wanted to keep this quite low, but in my testing I found something quite weird, which led to me using the combo of Yell Kong on 680 and Wedge. This was not the combo I was expecting to be using here, but when you put them together they work in quite an interesting way. First, the slopes on the blade allow it to generate downforce, which pushes the blade down and improves its contact with the stadium. It's quite similar to how a race car is designed, pushing it down and improving the contact between the tyre and the road. Only here, it allows it to hold the centre position of the stadium really well. Next up, 680. This does help with the weight issue as it's quite a heavy ratchet, but the other reason I chose it is because it's so tall that it doesn't scrape against the stadium if this Beyblade gets tilted. And this pairs really nicely with Wedge. Because of its shape, it allows this Beyblade to tilt over without losing too much spin, before quickly correcting itself and going upright. However, by making this bay a little more top heavy, it causes it to sway back and forward. When you put all this together, you have a bay that can swing back and forward and chip on top of your opponent. Due to the downward slopes of the blade, it actually hits almost like a pickaxe, and these hits can destabilize your opponent and win in quite an unexpected way. Just avoided it. A little bit too aggressive, baby. You really go to the stadium. Yeah, that's quite surprising. It's doing quite well now. So there we have a combo for an almost forgotten bay that I really don't think your opponent is going to expect. It is by no means a meta-breaking combo, but if you're looking for something to surprise your opponents at your next game, then I honestly recommend Yell Kong 680 on Wedge. Thank you so much for watching. If you happen to have a combo for Yell Kong, definitely post it in the comments so I can check it out. And if you have an underrated bay that you think should get looked at on the channel, go ahead and let me know about that too. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.